Time to get the weekend started with Friday Night Baseball from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. It's the home opener of this new season between the Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. Matt Vasgersian here with you. It's been a long off season, a lot of changes, but these folks here tonight are ready to get their first real look at their guys here this year. I'm joined by Dan Plesac. And Dan, as we get things going this season, it's pitching that has to be key if this team's going to have success.
Well, you know, I always think pitching and defense are keys to success in the long run. As we take a look at their arms, I see a lot of reason for optimism. A lot can happen over the course of a season, but if these guys stay healthy and pitch to their abilities, they should be in pretty good shape.
Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2017
With that, a look at the Cubbies starting lineup. How do they go about taking down their big rival, Harold?
Well, Matt, we're seeing a lot of lineups like this lately. This club has a lot of power, but not a lot of speed. Shouldn't be surprising. You don't usually have the combination of the two where you got speed and power, but their power, no speed. They have to hit the ball at the ballpark if they want to win.
Lance Lynn gets the ball for the opener in front of these hometown fans. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Well, he's what you call a solid starter, Matt. Most of the time, he's going to keep you in games and eat up innings. Sometimes he's more dominant than that, and occasionally he'll get hit around a little bit. But if he attacks hitters and throws quality strikes in this one, he's going to be just fine.
Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Cardinals. And I'm looking at Stephen Piscotty. You can play this guy all over the diamond. That seems to be the theme. He fits right into those versatile players. He's right at the top of the list.
In now is John Jay. And we are set for baseball here this
Leading
evening.
off tonight for the Cubs, center fielder, number 30.
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. And Harold, we take a look at the Cardinals entering play here tonight. They come in off to a bit of a slow start with just one win in their first 3 tries.
Well, Matt, I mean, the simple way to put it, they lost their last game. This is where baseball comes the best to me, where all the cliches come in. You got to have a short-term memory, and you really do. The game's over. You can't do anything about it. You got to come back today and play better and win.
And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. Not the warmest night you'll see around here, and even 50 degrees at game time. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. And the leadoff man is gone to start the evening.
Batting second here tonight, right fielder.
Stepping up now, Jason Hayward. Lifetime against this pitcher. He's gone 3 for 8. Into the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
Well, Matt, as advertised, he's broke out with a good fastball. He likes to pitch out the fastball, but this was in the mid-90s. We'll see him be aggressive most of this game with that fastball.
Swing and a flare hit toward right. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Batting third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Here's Chris Bryant now. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
Now that's a big swing. That's what the big fella's supposed to do. Look to go downtown. Let it all fly. He let the dog out right there. I want to see if he calms it down or does it again on this pitch.
Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Joe McDonald.
Well, McDonald's strike zone is pretty ordinary, pretty basic. Now, sometimes it's tough to figure out, and that's when you get frustrated with him. There's not a whole lot of flash, but you just want him. Be consistent. Pick one side.
And the second baseman is there to make the play, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. It's the Cubs nothing. Cards coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And now here's Mike Matheny's starting lineup for the Redbirds. HR, what's the key to them starting out 1-0 here at home?
I'll tell you what, this is one of those pitcher's parks you come in, you go, uh-oh, I could be 0 for 15 if I don't execute. And how do you execute in a pitcher's park? They throw you outside, take that base hit to right field. Don't try to do too much. You do what he gives you, you take what he gives you, and you move on.
John Lackey, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. What do you have for us on him, H?
Well, Matt, how I'd categorize this guy, I'd say he's a very reliable major league pitcher. Last year, ERA under 3.5, but he's consistent. What you see is what you get. He gives you innings, and he takes the ball for you. Let's take a look at the Cubbies defensively, brought to you by Majestic. Now, I'm looking at Kyle Schwarber. I like him behind the plate, personally. Now, I know he's played a lot of outfield, but I still think he can catch and throw. But there's no denying his power on the offensive side.
Aledmus Diaz is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning. 1-0. Well, Harold, as we take a look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, it's official now. They will not go 162-0 as they were handed. Their first loss of the season last time out. And now a pitch on the way. Late that time for a strike.
1-1.
There's a swing and a ball lifted to left, but back in the seats, out of play. It's 1-2.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
Over for it is Hayward, but he's going to run out of room. It's a foul ball.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
Here's Dexter Fowler now, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. His matchup numbers with John Lackey: 2 hits in 7 tries. 1 out, nobody on. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Ready on 1-2. And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
Here's Matt Carpenter. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. He'll attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Fouled back. from the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Checks his swing, but this will be strike 2 called. 2 out, nobody on. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning.
Wow, that was a close pitch on 1-2. The count's now on 2-2, but boy, that one very easily could have been called strike 3. Really close pitch.
Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down and in unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And another foul ball.
Ooh, that's one he wants back right now. Man, it looked like his timing was perfect. He just didn't barrel it up.
The next 3-2. And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Therefore, it is Russell, and Addison makes the catch to retire the side. It's on to inning number 2 now in St. Louis with no score. Into the box now, Anthony Rizzo. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game. Fastball in there for a called strike. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. A swing and a miss at the big curveball.
Well, he's got him thinking right now. There's a fastball, then he comes back with the curveball and gets him out in front. I think when you get him out in front like that, you come back and throw another curveball right here.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Here's a high pop-up. Jerko is there for it. 1 down.
Batting fifth, left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
Ready now, Kyle Schwarber. Into the windup and the pitch.
Nope.
And that one stayed too low apparently.
0-1, no strike.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. Under it is Carpenter, and that's out number 2.
Batting sixth, second baseman, Ben
So
Zobrist.
coming to the plate, Ben Zobrist. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. And not the greatest of starts to the at-bat as he reaches for one out of the zone for strike 1.
He is throwing the ball well. He's rewriting the last name on the back of those jerseys. UGLY. Those swings are ugly.
Grounded foul.
Well, he's out in front of that breaking ball right there. Not surprised. I was after that fastball. Nice job of pitching, kind of keeping him off balance.
And a good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high 1-2.
You know, there aren't many guys that could just spit on an 0-2 pitch like that. Maybe it fooled him. We won't ever know, but it worked out.
And the fastball easy to lay off that time. 2-2. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. And he gripped that one a bit too tightly as it broke down and just about got him.
You know, we'll see him work both sides of the plate with his curveball. Maybe not that far in, but he'll move that pitch around the zone to give it a different look.
This is on the ground over to first. Taken in by Carpenter, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Cubs are down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Here's Randall Grichuk. He'll get us going here in the bottom half of the second.
Left fielder, Randall Grichuk.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And now a slider in on the hands, and he's lucky that one didn't come and get him. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Lifted into center field. There to take it is Jay, and he's got it for the first out.
Batting fifth, right
outfielder
fielder,
Stephen Piscotty the next to hit. His matchup numbers with John Lackey, just a 1 for 9. First offering on its way. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
That pitch right there just locked him up. A curveball that doesn't break, a little front door curveball. You're looking for it to go back out over the plate, and it doesn't. It just locks you up as a hitter.
Now the 0-1 from Big John. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get into a groove, and he's definitely done that so far in the early going. Looks like he could go pretty deep into this one.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. And that slider's almost in the dirt. Lackey ready with the 1-2 pitch. And here's a ball lifted back toward the stands in right, so we'll try it again at 1-2. Another 1-2 delivery. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Hey, every pitcher looks to get off to a good start, and I'd say he's off to a good start. How about the first 5 batters he's faced? 3 of them he's sent down via the strikeout.
Here's Jed Jerko now. As he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Now a fastball off the plate away. A ball and a strike. A ball and 2 strikes. The count now with the bases empty and 2 away. Ball 2.
This is just great pitching. They start him off with the slider to get the strike, and then they bust him in with a fastball. I don't know what he's thinking up there, but they really are messing with his mind right now.
Lackey gets the sign. The 2-2 pitch. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. Down in order go the Cardinals. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Here's the young catcher Wilson Contreras. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the 3rd after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Pitch on the way. taken the other way, but this should be routine out there in right field. Piscotty is there, one away. Still early in the season, of course, but we'll give you a look nonetheless at our standings to this point in April. So striding forward now, John Lackey. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First delivery to him on the way. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Both teams so far yet to crack the hit column. Just a tick behind for a strike.
We're seeing him in an absolute groove out there in the mound right now. Retired 7 straight, and mechanically, he looks really consistent and fluid to me.
1 and 2.
Now a curveball's in there. 1-2 now. The 1-2 pitch. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
Here's Addison Russell. And, Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3 up, 3 down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a knee-high fastball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swings through it for strike number 2.
0-2. With this guy, this could be the worst scenario you want. He's got 4 pitches that he can throw for strikes now. You really don't know what to look for when you're the hitter.
Here it comes, 0-2. Line down the left field line. But this will be foul. Here's another 0-2. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
Hey, 0-2 in the dirt. Listen, this team's a very free swinging team, so he's just going to go ahead and try to keep bouncing. If they're going to swing at him, he's going to keep throwing him.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. A swing and a miss on a ball way outside the strike zone, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Here's Johnny Peralta now. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. First delivery to him on the way. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1. And the pitch. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. Pitch on the way. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. As with 1 away, he can't make contact on the first pitch. It's strike 1.
This lineup is flailing right now. They're having a hard time just making contact, let alone putting the ball in play.
The windup and the 0-1. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. Cardinals have been held out of the hit column here. Softly hit out toward short. Throw to first gets him, and Lackey looks to be in control here. There are 2 away.
Batting ninth, pitcher Lance Lynn.
So stepping in, Lance Lynn. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. First pitch coming. Here it is. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Moving under it, Schwarber makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. A strong inning that time out of John Lackey. Still nothing. Ready for another chance? John Jay back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Here's the first pitch to him. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Grichuk has a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
Here's Jason Hayward now. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. Swinging a soft liner on to first, and that is 2 quick outs to start the 4th.
Now batting, third baseman Chris Bryant.
Digging in to try it again, Chris Bryant. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Right over the middle, knee high. Pretty much an obligatory take that time.
Yeah, when the first 2 guys in the inning make first pitch outs, you really don't have much choice.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. High pop up. Diaz will wait on it as he tucks this one away to retire the side. Down go the Cubs on just 4 pitches. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Now at the plate, Aledmus Diaz. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
The shortstop, number 36.
Here comes the first pitch. Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike. Well, if you love pitching and defense, this has been a game for you. Are you happy with that, Dan?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
Popped up. Rizzo is there for it. 1 down.
Now batting, center fielder Dexter
Striding
Fowler.
in once again, Dexter Fowler. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Sliced hard down the left field line. It's in there, and the Cardinals look to have an extra base hit on their first hit of the game. And he'll pull into second with 1 away.
Let's slow this one down and take another look. Great camera angle here, looking straight down the left field line. You see him take that inside route to the ball. His hands stay back, and he goes oppo to find himself at second.
In now, Matt Carpenter, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Now the 0-1 from Big John. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Bryant is over, and he tucks it away for the second out.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop out. Well executed pitch there.
Standing in now, Rendell Grichuk, as he'll wait out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike one. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Lackey comes set. 0-1 on its way. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball one.
Boy, good inside fastball right there. Trying to tie the hitter up, trying to keep him from getting those arms extended. A pitcher's pitch.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Cards leave 1 through 4. Still tied, 0-0. Back here with Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as the left-handed hitting power threat Anthony Rizzo starts out the inning. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Way out in front.
Well, there's no doubt what he was thinking on those first 2 swings. Big power swings. Now he's got to dial it back a little bit and try to put that ball in play.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's in there, and the Cubs look to have extra bases on their first hit of the game. He'll get it into second. And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
I'll tell you, that's one of the first good swings we've seen anybody put on this guy so far. He's been throwing the ball really well, but that was one of the few mistakes we've seen him make.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Kyle Schwarber comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Fowler has a read on it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Here's Ben Zobrist now. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. This is pulled into right. But he'll barely have to move out there in right as he hauls this one in for the second out.
Now batting, catcher, Wilson Contreras.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball. Here's the 1-0. And that's swung on and fouled straight back.
I like that combination right there. Show him the curveball, and now that fastball sitting in the low 90s is going to look even faster. Nice job of mixing it up.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Grichuk racing back, and that one is out of here. A 2-run shot that gives them the lead. So a two-run shot to left center. First home run of the campaign for him, as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0.
Man, he's kicking himself after that pitch. As soon as it left his hand, he knew it was a mistake. The next thing he knew, it was screaming through the night sky and over the fence.
Pitcher
Into the
number
box
41,
now, John Lackey.
John Lackey.
As he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike one. The windup and the 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. And Jerko will make the catch here, and that ends the inning. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this two-run home run. On to the bottom of the 5th. It's now 2-0 Chicago. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Stephen Piscotty. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5.
Stephen Piscotty.
Sends that one out of play for strike one. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
Well, they're still in this game. You know, if they can get somebody on, a broken bat, a blooper, a bunt, and then go for the big ball, they can get something going. But they got to start with getting somebody on base. This offense needs a base runner and get things happening.
Can't quite get the low outside corner there. It's 1-2. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch hit hard but foul.
Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
Now look out as this is whistled foul off to the right side. Swing and a miss, and he'll start the 5th the same way he ended the 4th, with a punch out, 1 away.
He's just ringing up strikeouts left and right. But what's really impressive to me, he hasn't walked anyone either. He's just pounding the zone. His stuff is dirty today.
Here's Jed Jerko now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. Here comes the 1-0. And this is fouled back and out of play. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
I love how aggressive he is. He's just attacking the zone with the fastball. Here it is. Now he's at 1-2 count, and really he can go anywhere he wants now.
Lackey ready with the 1-2 pitch, and he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away, so now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
And that misses, so it's a full count, 3-2. Johnny Peralta will be next. Now here's Lackey's 3-2. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ball game for him. Here's Johnny Peralta now. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. And And here's a fastball called for strike one.
Well, that's 2 quick outs, and he's got a low pitch count. Really being aggressive in the zone has forced him to swing the bats. He's economically low in that pitch count. He's got a chance to go deep in the game.
Hands held high by Peralta. Now the pitch.
Nope, that's a ball.
And a fastball just a bit up.
1-1.
No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. And there's ball 2 now to Peralta as they fall behind 2-1. On the ground, softly towards second. There to play it is Zobrist. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. They trail it here 2-0. Striding in once again, Addison Russell. He'll start things out now in the top half of the 6th. And now the Cardinals get the bullpen working here. Both the lefty and a right-hander have stood up. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center. And this is taken in by Fowler for the first out.
Now batting, center fielder.
In now is John Jay. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. Slapped hard the opposite way. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Digging in to try it again. Jason Hayward. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Breaking ball just misses the inside corner.
He still might be looking for that release point on that curveball early in this outing. That one looked like it popped out of his hand behind his ear instead of out front. We'll see if he finds that pitch because it'll be important for him.
2 runs, 3 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Piscotty's there for it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. A runner on first with 2 away. And there he goes towards second. And a step off. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. 1 hit. In the inning, but no one left. Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. He'll start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
And a strike called at the letters. Looked high to me, but it's 0-1.
Tell you what, his spot has been the outside pitch right there, and now we're late in the game and he continues to pound the outside pitch, and it's really working out for him.
And the pitch. 1-1. Here it comes on 1-1. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider, as we just saw.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And here's a ball lifted back toward the stands in right, so we'll try it again at 1-2. Again, he sends it out of play. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
The pitcher,
he put up a pretty good battle at the plate right there. They finally get him on a 1-2 pitch, but you could see that he wasn't laying down without a fight. He really made the pitcher earn that strikeout.
Matt Adams will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with one gone in the inning.
Matt Adams.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
That pitch looked like it could have been a little high, but he's been calling that pitch all night. Kind of rough for a pinch hitter, but I'm sure his teammates let him know that's where the zone has been.
The windup and the 0-1. Whoa, right back at him, and it hit him. Thankfully, he's able to recover, and he gets the second out at first.
Now batting, shortstop, Aledmys Diaz.
And that'll bring up Aledmys Diaz. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Into the windup and the pitch. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Lackey at an even 70 pitches now in the outing. The 1-0 delivery. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. Lackey looks in. Here it comes. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Cardinals. They trail things here 2-0. Welcome back to Busch Stadium here in St. Louis. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front, and before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. Kevin Segrist is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
46, Kevin Segrist.
Ready once again, Chris Bryant. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Chris Bryant.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down.
That ball's right in his wheelhouse. Man, pitcher got lucky. He hit a screaming line drive. Had he lifted it, he'd be jogging right now for 4.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. Cardinals get the bullpen started here as a right-hander's up and warming. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1.
Well, he got that first pitch, got him looking right there. With a star hitter like this guy, it is always good to get ahead in the count.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Swings through the slider there.
Good job of making him chase that pitch down below the strike zone. That's where you want to pitch when you're looking for the double play ball.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field, and that's in for his second hit of the afternoon. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
First two hitters of the inning go back-to-back singles, and now they're first and third. This has the makings of a big inning.
Schwarber.
Ready for another chance? Kyle Schwarber. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Cardinals are going to get something going in the bullpen now as a left-hander has begun to get loose. He's set and the pitch. Ooh, started him with the change, and it's 0-1.
This is where you got to pitch to the strikeout. Infield's drawn in. You don't want contact. You want to make him swing and miss. Throw the nastiest stuff you have.
Set to deliver the 0-1. And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now.
In a big spot like this, you have to be looking for something you can handle. That pitch bunched him up completely, so I think he's trying to do a little bit too much right now.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. The next 0-2. Slowly hit to first. I don't think they can get two. Tag there by Molina. He's out at the plate.
That could be a tough read for the runner at third because your first instinct is to take off for home on a ground ball. But when it's right at the corner infielder like that, it doesn't take a whole lot to nail you at the plate.
Stepping in now, Ben Zobrist. That's in there, base hit. Play at the plate, and he's out. A great throw.
Oh, man, I love those kinds of plays. Base hit to the outfield, and he comes up throwing. We all knew it was going to be close all the way, but it was right on the money to halt him in his tracks. That was a big-time throw.
Wilson Contreras will stand in again as we flash you back to earlier. He's accounted for their only runs of the ball game on one swing of the bat, as this was the swing right here. Trying to keep the deficit right where it is. The pitch. Good slider there, and he gets ahead of him. 0-1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
0-2 is the count.
Took something off there as this pitch is in the dirt, but handled quickly behind the plate. Here's the 0-2. And strike three called as he says, you got to be kidding me, with the side retired. Cubs strand a couple. They're up 2-0. Digging in once again, Dexter Fowler. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point.
Dexter Fowler.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
Well, that's another first pitch strike right there. Now he's over 70% so far in this game. First pitch strike to hitters. That's why he's deep in the game right now.
Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1. One and one. Here it comes. And he gets under this one as the ball is skied into very shallow right. There to take it is Zobrist, and that's out number 1.
Up next for the Cardinals, first baseman, Matt.
Here's Matt Carpenter. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. And there's the fastball from Lackey, 0-1.
He's been doing a nice job out there on the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
Now the 0-1 from Big John. Hit hard on the ground to the right. Zobrist deep in the hole. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Now batting, left fielder, Randall Grichuk.
Here's Randall Grichuk. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him.
Boy, he's been great in this one. He's only 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
0-2 is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2 now.
A lot of righty pitchers will throw that 2-seamer to right-handed hitters to try to jam the guy or even make some firewood. He got it in there, but that was a good take to lay off and take the ball.
And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball. Here's the pitch on 2-2. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
So he threw the slider darting away to him 2 times in a row. Now I don't think he'll go for it again. I'm looking for something hard inside on this pitch.
Now here's Lackey's 3-2. And yet another strikeout here. His 11th of the ball game, and this one ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. They're still down. It's 2-0. Trevor Rosenthal will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season.
Trevor Rosenthal.
Ready for another shot now. John Lackey. He'll start things out for us here in inning number 8.
John Lackey.
Fouled back.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from this reliever. It's a major part of his arsenal.
Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. That misses. 1-2. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Got him on the good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight.
Well, I have to give credit to him on the mound for not letting that previous pitch get to him. He wanted it, but he didn't get the call. But I love how he didn't let it affect him, and he comes right back with another good pitch and gets the punch out.
Here's Addison Russell, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Now a swing and a fly ball. Piscotty on his horse, but this will wind up being a foul ball.
Well, clearly that changeup the pitch before didn't fool him, because that fastball right there, he's right on it. He just couldn't put it in play.
And he misses. 2-1. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
I like how he's mixing up the fastball and the changeup right there. That's how we got the 2-2 count. I think he comes back with a changeup here.
Liner toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
It sounds so cliche-ish. Stayed inside the baseball, but that's a ball in
Now
on
batting.
him, and he just shot it the
Center
other way
fielder.
for the base hit.
John Jay.
Into the box, John Jay, as he'll take a look at ball one. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The 1-0 delivery. Swinging a ball line down in the left field corner. But this is foul near the seats.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it off.
Dribbled to the right side, but it gets foul. Another one sent foul.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
The 1-2 pitch goes the other way, and this is in the air out to left. Under this one is Grichuk, and there are 2 away now. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting. Right
Now at
fielder,
the plate, Jason Hayward. He flew out in his last at bat. Maybe getting a little jumpy in the box, so he steps out and asks for time. Here's the first pitch to him. Down the first baseline, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubs 2 and the Cardinals nothing. Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next
Leading
to
off
hit.
for the
Been a
Cardinals.
strikeout victim twice
Right
in this
fielder,
one.
Stephen Piscotty. Your
Hector
attention,
Rondon
please.
is on to
Now
pitch
pitching
out of the
for
bullpen
Chicago,
in the bottom half of
Number
the 8th.
56, Hector Rondon.
And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. Ball 2 now.
We've seen him go down on strikes more than once in this game, so this has been a better approach by him at this at-bat. Much more patient, and he's gotten himself into a good hitter's count.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Great spot with that pitch down and away. He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep hitting that spot.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his 3rd tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out. A strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
Here's Jed Jerko now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. No hits to this point. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Well hit. Deep down the right field line. And that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And that one stayed up a little high. One out, nobody on. And ooh, that strike zone's getting a little inconsistent now. It's 2-2.
We're seeing quite a few pitches up from him right now, and that can obviously be dangerous. A cold strike there, but he might need to lower his sights a little bit.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. Boy, good bite on the slider, and it just missed inside. Johnny Peralta waits on deck. Full count here. Here comes the pitch. He struck him out. The third time he's fanned in the game.
It's been a rough game for him at the plate. Couldn't get the bat off his shoulder right there, and he struck out twice before that one. So he's going to have a lot to think about when he leaves the ballpark tonight.
Here's Johnny Peralta now. As with two away, he'll swing and miss at a first pitch fastball for strike one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Hands held high by Peralta. Now the pitch. Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll toss this one on to first as they're kept off the scoreboard again, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Cardinals. They trail it here 2-0. St. Louis, Missouri, known as the gateway to the West, and of course the home of the Cardinals. Here's Chris Bryant now, head-to-head with Trevor Rosenthal, hitless in 3 at-bats.
Bryant.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1. Swing and a line drive. But this will be a foul ball. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Well, there's that classic strikeout pitch, a change up down, just didn't get him to go after it.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. That misses, and we're even at 2-2. And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now.
From 0-2 to 3-2, what a great at bat to start this inning off. Hey, this could be a productive inning.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Ran that one in on him a bit, as this time it's tapped foul at home plate. Another payoff pitch. Soft liner towards center. And that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night. With that, the Cubs get their leadoff man aboard.
Well, they came in this half inning hoping they could add some insurance to their lead. Nothing better than getting that first guy on to get things going.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Oh, and 1 count and the pitch. And he makes good contact there, but this is going to find the stands foul down the right field line. Ready on 0-2. Now a breaking ball runs in on him as he's got to get his hands out of the way on that pitch.
Well, this isn't how he wanted to start the inning. A leadoff single, and then you almost hit the next hitter. Composure. Got to try to get that ball over the plate and maybe get a ground ball.
Hit hard but foul over the Cardinal dugout. Pulled toward right center field. Fowler has a read on it. 1 out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Kyle Schwarber. He reached on a fielder's choice previously. Ball 1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Pretty adamant about working him inside right now. Back-to-back fastballs, and that one was able to find the zone.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Squared that one up just a little late. The 1-2 pitch. And very little resistance there as he's retired on a half-hearted swing, and there are 2 away.
One of the toughest pitches to hit, the straight changeup, right? El Cambio. Hadn't seen it in that entire at-bat, and what happens? Gets the string pulled on him right there. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
Here's Ben Zobrist now, as he'll pick on the first pitch and line one back up the middle, and that's a base hit. There's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. It was a backwards K, a strikeout looking for him in his last at-bat. And a bit too high with that one. It's 1-0.
Hey, this game is getting interesting real quick. The last thing you want to do on the mound is fall behind. Needs to get back in the strike zone right here.
Here it comes, 1-0. And he lays off a fastball here that looked pretty good, but it's 2-0.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone. And with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
Now time is marked out by the home plate umpire. Boy, sure taking his sweet time down there at the plate. He'll step out yet again. 2 down, runners at first and second. Swing and a liner. Foul. And he'll step out for a 3rd time now. Boy, rather indecisive up there. Set to deliver on 2-1. And he chased up and out of the zone, a swing and a miss.
Boy, Matt, we're watching him have great success on that exploding fastball at the top of the zone. And I'm telling you right now, you can't catch up to that. It looks great to you coming in, but you have to get your bat in the position to get on top of it. And it's just too hard to do all those things and think you're going to square it up.
And this is going to get down for extra bases, as that'll get 1, if not both of them, home. And to score, the runner from second. Now the relay home. And not in time as the 2nd run scores.
Usually a hitter will shorten his swing with 2 outs, but not this guy.
Now
He puts a
batting,
big charge into this one and drives in a couple of runs along the way. That can be frustrating as a pitcher when you had a guy on the ropes and you couldn't finish him off, especially when he drives in runs.
Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Jonathan Broxton will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7th spot in the lineup following the double switch. Greg Garcia is into the ball game as well, as he'll slide into the pitcher's spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch.
35, Greg Garcia.
Javier Baez will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 9, Javier Baez.
There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Ready with the 0-1. Couldn't wait back. A swing and a miss. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. High in the air out to center field. Fowler has a read on it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll see 8, 9, and 1 due up in the bottom of inning number 9. It's the Cubs 4 and the Cardinals 0. Wade Davis takes the mound here. Not a safe situation, of course, because of the big lead, but he'll try to finish it out nonetheless.
Davis.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. And in the past against Wade Davis, 1 for 5.
Yadier Molina.
Swing and a ball line hard towards short. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Now batting, third baseman, Greg Garcia.
So stepping in, Greg Garcia. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that one right down Main Street.
You know what? That ball's right down the middle. I think he was taking first pitch, just really trying to measure it.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now. A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2.
pretty textbook pitching right there. Jump ahead in the count 0-2 and then start working outside the zone. Easier said than done, but that's the way you do it.
And that'll bring up Aledmus Diaz.
He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play.
2 out, nobody on. And this will be fouled away. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Yeah, that's what you want to do when you're playing on the road. Take it right to the home squad and get a win. Now the pressure is off. If they get one of the next 2, the series is theirs.
4-0 the score tonight. John Lackey gets the win on the mound, his first of the year, as he finishes 7 innings, allowing only 1 hit. Lance Lynn is tagged with the loss despite giving up only 2 unearned runs. So that just about does it for Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.